It's the first Monday after back-to-back conventions, and there's new polling on the 2020 race to dive into. According to a new ABC News Ipsos poll, Joe Biden's favorability climbed 6 points after his convention kicked off 2 weeks ago, while Donald Trump's already shaky favorability sunk 4 points in the same time frame, perhaps signaling that Trump and his validators last week were really only appealing to his most to convince the country that the pandemic is under control also appears to have not worked. Only 35% of those polled say they approve of how Donald Trump is handling the pandemic. Joining our conversation is David Jolly. He's a former congressman from Florida who's no longer a Republican and is a current MSNBC political contributor. Former Democratic Congresswoman Donna Edwards is back with us. David Jolly, I was myself surprised by these numbers, and it's always possible that different polls will show different things, but it does affirm that even somewhere at a cellular level, the propaganda is being produced for and by the Trump base, and anyone with an ability to puncture through with any reality is either resistant to it or repelled by it or just not buying it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think there's also something else running parallel, which is the American people are tired of division. They're tired of the anger. And though they said going into the Republican convention, Donald Trump was going to be speaking about optimism, he clearly didn't. The powerful moments of the Republican convention were when real Americans told their American story and tied it to why they were supporting Republicans and Donald Trump. But the moment the president or anyone with his last name spoke, or the moment a congressional emissary of his or a gubernatorial emissary of his spoke, you got the heated rhetoric of division. And that has been the secret sauce of Joe Biden. He knows that. And so the temptation that you're seeing Biden and Harris continue to avoid at every time is don't take the bait. Speak to the heart and soul of America, but don't let Donald Trump make this about the two sides of America, because at that point, then Biden is playing the Trump game, and it's exactly what Trump wants.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.